Welcome to the Administering the Program Site Supervisor training, hosted by the Oklahoma Department of Education, OSDE, referred to in this training as the state agency, SA. During the training, when directed to the web page, this will always refer to the OSDE SFSP webpage at sde.ok.gov/SDE/summerfood. Unless otherwise specified. The objective of this training is to discuss the following topics: what you can expect from your sponsor, your responsibilities as a site supervisor, the meal pattern requirements for the meals you serve, safety rules to keep in mind, some do's and don'ts while running your site. During the school year, many children receive free and reduced price breakfast and lunch through the school breakfast and national school lunch programs. What happens when school lets out? Hunger is one of the most severe roadblocks to the learning process. Lack of nutrition during the summer months may set up a cycle for poor performance once school begins again. Hunger also may make children more prone to illness and other health issues. The FSSP is designed to fill that nutrition gap and make sure children can get the nutritious meals they need. A smoothly run site for the SFSP for children is something that every sponsor and site worker hopes to achieve. Everyone wants an organized, well-supervised program that meets the goal of the SFSP, to serve fresh, well-balanced meals that are appetizing to children come rain or shine. Working toward that goal, each site staff uses the same key ingredients: lots of dedication, time, and know-how. Site supervisors play an important role in the SFSP. Site supervisors may be assigned the following responsibilities: serve meals, clean up after meals, ensure safe and sanitary conditions at the site, receive and account for delivered meals, ensure that children eat all meals on site, plan and organize daily site activities, implement alternate food service arrangements during inclement weather, take accurate meals counts at point of service. Sponsors are required to arrange a pre-operational training session for you. The training should cover the kind of meal service, self-preparation or delivered, your site will have, the types of meals your site will serve, i.e. breakfast, lunch, snack, and/or supper, the times meals are delivered and served, recognizing and serving a complete meal, the proper method for counting meals, record-keeping requirements for your site's food service, who to call about problems, and when and where to call them, local health and sanitation standards, local security and safety considerations, the non-discrimination policy, what you must do for your sponsor. Attend the training sessions or sessions provided by your sponsor before your site begins its SFSP operation. Someone who has received program training must be present at each site when meals are being served. Order from your sponsor or prepare at your site only the number of meals that you need. Even with the most carefully planned programs, sites occasionally have more meals than they do children to eat the meal. Discuss with your sponsor if seconds may be served, and what to do with leftovers if you have ordered or prepared too many meals. Contact your sponsor to change the number of meals delivered if you have many meals left over, or if you do not have enough meals to serve all of the children by the end of the meal period. If you prepare the meals at your site, plan to change the number you prepare to meet the needs of your site. Check with your sponsor to see how meals will be delivered to your site. Count the number of meals delivered and check them thoroughly each day. Meals delivered should also be counted and checked for good program management. It is important to check food on delivery for proper temperatures. Make sure thermometers are available to check the temperature. Sign only for the number of acceptable meals delivered and write the time of delivery on the receipt. If everything has been delivered correctly, sign the receipt. If the delivery is not correct, do not sign the receipt without clearly writing on the receipt the problems with your site's delivery. You should immediately notify your sponsor of the problems you had that day. Keep a copy of the delivery receipt and meal count record with your daily report. The delivery receipt should identify what meal was delivered, the number of meals delivered, the date and time of delivery, and match the menu for the day the meals were delivered and served. Your sponsor will let you know how and when your receipts and daily meal count forms will be submitted. Count meals at the point of service. This helps to make sure that the meal counts are accurate. At the end of each meal, record on the daily report form provided by the sponsor the number of complete breakfasts, lunches, snacks, or suppers you served as first meals and as second meals. Make sure the meals served meet the meal pattern requirements. Serve one complete meal to each unless using OVS. Your sponsor also may choose to use OVS at your site. This means that children do not have to choose every component of the meal that is offered to them. In an OVS meal service, you have to offer a complete meal to each child, but the child can refuse one or more of the components. In a non-OVS meal service, you have to serve the complete meal. Each meal you serve must contain the correct portions of each of the components included in the meal pattern. Serve only one meal to each child during approved meal service time. After all children receive one complete meal, you may serve a limited number of second meals if permitted by our sponsor. Be sure that children eat the entire meal at the site, unless the sponsor allows one item, either a fruit, vegetable, or grain, to be taken off-site. Check with your sponsor to find out if this is allowed. Do not allow parents to eat any portion of the child's meal. Serve meals to children 18 years of age or younger, or people of all ages with physical or mental disabilities who participate in special school programs for the disabled. Never serve spoiled food or incomplete meals to children. Contact your sponsor immediately if you receive spoiled or incomplete meals so that the sponsor can resolve the problem. Allow all children equal access to services and facilities at your site regardless of race, color, national origin, sex, age, or disability. In a prominent place, display a non-discrimination poster provided by your sponsor. If your site is outdoors, you may want to take the poster back and forth each day or attach it to the coolers or warming units. Make program material provided by your sponsor available to the public upon request. Comply with any guidance provided by the monitors. It is very important that participants understand the rules for SFSP. Although signs and posters around the site will help both children and neighborhood adults remember the rules, you should make sure they understand the rules. Before mealtime of your program, take time to talk with the children about the following. Who may eat at the site? Children who are 18 or younger, or others who are physically or mentally disabled, and who participate in a special school program for the disabled. When the meals will be served. Where the meals will be served when the weather is bad. What type of meals will be served? Why meals must be eaten at the site. Unless your sponsor allows one item, either a fruit, vegetable, or grain, to be taken off-site, all food must be eaten by the children at the site. This is to ensure the safety of the food and that the food is consumed by the child. The meal pattern requirements assure well-balanced, nutritious meals that supply the kinds and amounts of foods that children require to help meet their nutrient and energy needs. You must make sure that meals served at your site meet the meal pattern requirements listed. Compare the menus of the meals to be served at your site with these requirements and learn to recognize incomplete meals. Breakfast meal must contain 1 serving of milk, 1 serving of a vegetable or fruit or a full-strength juice, and 1 serving of grain or bread. A meat or meat alternate is optional. Lunch or supper meal must contain 1 serving of milk, 2 or more servings of vegetables and/or fruits, 1 serving of grain or bread, and 1 serving of meat or meat alternate. Snack must contain 2 food items from different components. However, juice cannot be served when milk is served as the only other component. Here are some basic food safety rules to keep in mind. Bacteria can grow rapidly between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, which includes room temperature. This is known as the danger zone. Avoid holding foods in this temperature danger zone. Do not hold a food in the temperature danger zone for longer than 2 hours. After 2 hours, discard the food. Keep meals and milk not being served at the time in the refrigerator or cooler at a temperature of 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Hot meals should be in a warming unit or insulated box at a holding temperature of 140 degrees Fahrenheit or more. Remember that you cannot determine food safety by sight, taste, odor, or smell. Do prepare or order only the number of meals needed. Count the meals as they are received. Check the meals to be sure you have received all the menu items and that none of the items are damaged or spoiled. Clean the site before you serve the meal. Put up the approved non-discrimination poster. Serve the meals only during the assigned time period. Prepare and serve the meal according to state and local health and safety standards. Serve the children in an organized manner at meal times. Serve each child all menu items at one time. Count and record the number of complete meals as they are given out. Count complete second meals separately if your sponsor allows seconds. Complete the daily records in a timely manner. Encourage the children to try new foods. Clean the site after the meals. Don't serve second meals until all children at the site have been served one complete meal. Serve meals with missing components unless your site is approved to serve OVS meals. Serve meals to parents or other adults from the community unless allowed by your sponsor. Allow any part of the meal to be taken off-site unless your sponsor allows a fruit, vegetable, grain to be taken off-site. Sign meal receipts until all meals are carefully counted and checked. Allow discrimination against any child because of race, color, national origin, sex, age, or disability. Forget to have each meal service supervised by a person trained in the operation of the program. Hesitate to contact your sponsor if you have concerns. If you have any questions, please contact the OSDE office at 405-521-3327. Thank you for participating in the Site Supervisor training.